I was going to talk about losing people, losing loved ones. I think most people have been through that sometime in their life. You're very lucky if you haven't. But I guess the overall purpose of this video is to try and share my experience with losing my best friend when I was 21, or I might have been 22, but what that did to me, how it affected me, and I want to share that experience with others because I feel as though, you know, talking with other people and hearing other people's stories, especially if somebody's going through something like this, it can be totally beneficial in order to hopefully benefit from a video such as this. So my best friend Johnny Strange passed away wingsuit base jumping when he was 23 years old in Switzerland, and it was the hardest thing imaginable. We knew each other since we were 5 years old, and you know, our families were really close, and you know, it was just, we've had a lot of great times together and did a lot of really special things together and had just so many laughs and good times, and it just didn't really feel real, that it feels like a part of you is gone forever. And I've never felt that up until that point, really that close. You know, I've lost grandparents and lost friends to different things after that. You know, I've lost a lot of friends now, but that was the first real one that really hit home in a big way. And I don't know. I mean, there's not really much to really like express besides it's like, hey, you know, the person's not there anymore. You want them to be there. You want to be able to call them and hang out like we were yesterday, or you know, and they're just not there. You can't go find that person. They're not there, and that's a really difficult struggle. And you know, I think I kind of caged up at first when it happened, and I've learned a lot about grieving and how to deal with things a little bit better since then. But at the end of the day, like we all, when horrible things like that happen, you have to go through the grieving process. And what my biggest mistake was denying it. I just didn't want to believe that it was true, and I just denied it from the start. I just didn't believe that it was real. I told myself that he had escaped and was like hiding from everybody, and like he was actually still alive, and like I just didn't even want to emotionally go through that. So I just tried to deny it, and I think that's pretty natural. I think a lot of people do that the more I study about that topic of losing somebody. But for me, it was just in denial. I didn't want to believe it. And then basically what I think that did was just bottled up everything over time. And then it finally just exploded and probably made it way worse than it would have been had I just tried to deal with it. But I didn't know how to. That was just my natural reaction. And I think that you learn a lot, and it's taught me a lot losing Johnny. I think that it's really made me appreciate the people that are in my life and the people that you interact with, even if it's not every day. If if you're interacting with anybody, workers, like coworkers, you know, teachers, coaches, family, friends, whoever you're talking to, the guy at the grocery store, or the lady at the gas, like whatever it is, you really just, you don't know, like that person could die tomorrow, you know, or you could die tomorrow, whatever. Like just to appreciate being here and being around people that you love and cherishing that time with them, because you don't know, like you just don't know when you'll never see that person again. So that taught me a lot about just appreciation for those around you. And but I mean, as far as just dealing with it, it's like there's really no explanation. Everyone's gonna probably find their own way to deal with things like that. But you know, I don't want to go too into the whiny like aspects of it. But I do think this is a really important conversation to have, because you know, people are dealing with things in different ways, and this is the way that I dealt with losing my best friend. And I think that just getting conversations like this out there can help others. And I hope that me just kind of having this open dialogue with you is hopefully comforting somebody that's going through something similar. And I don't know if you really have any questions, but I'm just like trying to like explain basically the pain, and the pain is unexplainable. That was the thing. Like, for me, the way that he passed away was like, I was with him the week before driving, and something didn't seem right. And I told him something didn't seem right, you know? And like, there was some signs that I won't really get into, but we discussed that, and it just everything just didn't feel right. But, you know, if I could only just like hug him for a little bit longer in that car, or like, you know, just hold on to him, but it's just not how things work. And it's taught me a lot. It's definitely made me show a whole new appreciation for spending and cherishing those moments with the people around you, but also understanding, you know, life is so fragile, but also to live it. Like, if Johnny wanted one thing to get out there to the world, it's like, go live your life before you die. Go out there and I mean, he died when he was 23 years old, right? But he lived more than the average person will ever live in a lifetime. He climbed the 7 summits. He climbed Mount Everest. He freaking wingsuited all around the world, got to big wave surf all around the world, did the most badass stuff, like, and lived a hell of a life. And I know that if he was sitting right here, he would definitely be saying, make sure you go live before you die. And that's taught me a huge lesson in the biggest of ways. It's like, you know, how can you deny, like, hey, time is ticking. What are you doing? How are you spending your time? How are you treating those around you? Do you love those people? Of course you do. Well, tell them that. Show them that. Show your appreciation for those people, because they might not be there tomorrow. And just to make the most of every day. Don't sweat the small stuff. Oh, my coffee got served to me cold. Deal with it, you know? Deal with it. You're fine. You're going to be all right. Don't sweat the small stuff, and go have a good time, and go try to lift those up around you and make people appreciate, you know, make people stoked to be alive. Like, you know, let's go live. Let's go live. That's why we're here, of course. But you want to uplift people around you, but also go live your life. And you know, it's never easy. I've lost like over 10 friends probably since then to different circumstances. But every time it's just like, it makes me realize more and more that like no one is promised life. You have no guarantees. And to think that you are above natural laws is you're in denial. So you may as well just appreciate it and try to be the best human that you can be, and just really appreciate every moment, because we're not here forever and time is ticking. So get to it, go live your life. And, you know, I hope this touched on a couple subjects that can help, you know, people out there. And like, there's no, you know, we all deal with grieving differently, but some key principles that really helped me through it was like meditation, acceptance, really like accepting the facts of the reality, and then just trying to, you know, stay busy. There's a quote like, busy hands are happy hands, but just staying focused on things that will benefit you in the long run, and trying to, you know, focus on helping others. There's one of my favorite ideas, it's not exactly a quote, but an idea, is that all your problems go away when you start helping others. Because, you know, when you start focusing on yourself too much and focusing about how I'm worried about this, how I'm bummed about this, how I'm sad about this, you know, of course there's a grieving process, but you're also to a certain level, focusing on yourself. But the way I also was, have learned to cope with losing friends and losing loved ones is focusing on other people, trying to, give somebody a lesson in a certain field, or teach something to somebody, or give my time to a certain thing. And that's really helped me out a lot. But like I said, life's not guaranteed, so go out there, live your dreams, tell those people around you that you love them, and make sure you appreciate every moment, because it's not promised to anybody. So hope this conversation helped, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time. Much love.